What's going on, ladies and gents? Your boy Gamma back with the lovely
Juju.
Pop the Balloon.
Pop.
Or
Find Love.
Yes, Juju. You know what?
What's that?
I don't know if they're going to do that today, but they did for something else.
Yeah.
I think they're here for a reunion, and this is the first time we're doing this. So, guys, if you've never been here before, subscribe, like the video, all of that good YouTube stuff. It helps out a lot, and we do appreciate it. But, Juju.
What is up?
Pop the Balloon or Find Love, right? This is the reunion.
Yes.
For, what is it, season 4?
Oh, yeah.
Season 4 reunion, that's what they call it.
Okay.
So this is like, basically this is like Supermax for the villains. You know, the worst of the worst or the best of the best.
Is.
That's all.
Oh.
So we're going to have fun with this one. We ain't going to say too much. We're going to let it play out. But let's get it.
Okay. Oh, that's the guy who dropped his voice, became like very white.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All these people familiar, man.
She's been on a couple times.
That's hell. Mozzie.
No.
He got a bodyguard.
No. Really? Really, my dude? Okay.
Mozzie, you need a bodyguard with all that jewelry. She look familiar too, right?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
All right. Dipping low.
Wait,
Lady
that's
in
the
Red?
voice. That's the one that. Oh
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Oh.
This guy. He just need a season pass at this point.
Yeah.
He forever on the show.
Oh, I remember Miss
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's That's the little spicy, spunky Jamaican guan
She looks
guan.
beautiful.
Wait a minute. That's not who I think it is, right?
Yeah, it is.
Mr. The Des Factor.
Yeah, the A, B, and C. Okay.
He be taking all your time. Oh, okay.
I remember her.
I can't remember. Oh, yeah.
Lola.
Red dress, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, girl. But hey, man.
Oh.
So both Mozzies in the same building. From both, all right, I see what's going on. I see what they doing. It's going to be a party. I see what they doing. Right off the bat. And again, guys, if you're new here, this is the reunion. So all the different contestants and the different people that came to season 4,
Yeah. It's about to be.
It's gonna be different. All right, let's get to it. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit just to get to it. Here we go.
Oh, Arlette BM.
Shout out to
looking good as
Arlette BM. Salute. Here we go.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here with the season 4 reunion. All right, so season 4 was a crazy season. We had lots of memorable moments, a lot of great discussions. It was all over TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anything, you name it. You guys were all over. But of course, before we get into this reunion, let's have a couple of words from our very own producer, my husband, BM.
Yes, welcome to season 4 reunion. Yes, first things first, I want to give thank you to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Every time. I want to say thank you to my wife for being absolutely amazing as she always is. She is absolutely outstanding. Let's give a round of applause for her, please. Everyone. I need louder than that. What's going on?
I know, right? BM like show
I also want to
shit.
say a big thank you to everyone that watches the show, of course, everyone that supports. And I want to say thank you to everyone that comes on the show as well. So this is the 4th season and it's been absolutely breathtaking. We have seen so many things happen throughout the season and we have been consistent 4 seasons running now. So I want to give a big thank you to my whole team that's here today as well. So let's have a round of applause to my whole team.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so let's get straight to it.
All right, well, as you said, let's go ahead and take a look at the season 4 recap. Hello, welcome in. I'll have you hold this.
It's 30K on my mouth.
Hey.
The house.
If you don't understand the difference between like a good wig and a bad wig, we not gonna work out. and also.
Is that a jet? Is that a private jet that you're in?
Yeah. You might need just like a social worker or something. Maybe I'm a little too much for
I might need what?
maybe like a cubicle worker or something.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Uche.
Uche.
I'm 23.
Or let's look. Says it all.
Yeah, it's
come on,
gonna be
guys.
one of those.
This is great. This is 2 minutes of first week.
All right, so as you guys saw, that was just a little short recap of the season 4 reunion. So it was a great season, as we saw. But to go ahead and kick off this reunion, let's have a look at this clip where wigs were the talk of the episode.
No.
If you don't understand the difference between like a good wig and a bad wig, we not gonna work out.
I feel you on the wig thing, but kind of like let women have women's business. Like let girls be girls. I hear you, but I don't feel you. I just thought it was like a little petty.
All right, so Alicia, off of that comment that you're saying, are you saying that men shouldn't comment or say anything about women's beauty or like anything involving women's beauty at all?
I would really love to see a man lay a lace front. And then you can comment, right? A lot goes into beauty, to put yourself together, to put your outfit on. So for me, yes, I think men should stay out of women's business. So when it comes to beauty, I understand what he was saying, but I don't really feel him because like somebody said on the episode, nobody had a bad wig. So you kind of didn't need to say that. It was just extra. It was unnecessary commentary, I feel like.
Okay, so fellas, do you think you should be allowed to comment on a woman's beauty or anything you see on her that you may like or don't like?
Yeah. It's like, look, I like women, but I can't talk about their beauty. I just gotta like them.
Right, but at the same time, I have to take everything that they're saying about my appearance, my beauty, my looks. Come on, guys.
Come on. Let's see what she gonna say, man.
Well, I don't know about the commenting on the wig part. I think he was really just trying to be funny for real. Okay. But like we were just talking about earlier, you bogus if you come on the show and you ain't together. Like come on now. You in front of millions of people. You better come right.
Okay, my question is like, and this is for the men. How can you tell a good wig from a bad wig? Like, what exactly do you see that you know, oh, this is a bad wig? Because women, we can tell. Because we're women, we put it on. But what do you guys see? How do you know?
I can't tell all the way, but I know if I see a little fro, you got the little, you gotta look like your head bigger than what your head really is. You got a bad wig.
Also, I think that men are a lot more observant.
Hold on, he ain't gonna get that off. He said your head bigger than what your head really is. Yo, my man.
Like you got a football, like a helmet.
He ain't major in English. We're gonna let it slide, but here we go.
You gotta look like your head bigger than what your head really is. You got a bad
wig. Also, I think that men are a lot more observant than women like to give men credit for. Like I see a lot of men come on the show, they say you got too much makeup on. Okay. Or they say, I just don't like your heels. And a lot of women may think men don't pay attention to stuff like that, right? A lot of women may think, oh, he's not paying attention to my heels. He don't like it. But yeah, we do. We look at your heels, look at your makeup, look at your lipstick, look at everything.
Everything.
So, I think a woman shouldn't totally change herself for a man's opinion, but I think a woman should be open to the considerations of a man and vice versa. I think men should be open to the considerations of a woman.
I like that.
Speaking of heels, though, I really feel like y'all not wearing heels. Y'all don't know how it is to walk in heels. I would like to see y'all walk in heels. And I was standing in the line for a long time, so I wanted to wear comfortable heels. But, people want to pop off of comfortable heels. It's crazy. But.
I don't know, like if a guy's like into fashion or he's stylish or I don't know, whatever the case may be. Maybe he just likes to see his woman in a special type of heel.
Right.
If you're attracted to him, I think you should kind of be open to what he has to say about you.
I mean, like, what are we missing?
I agree. If you're a heterosexual woman who's attracted to men, then you should be open to what men have to say about your appearance. Like, not just any guy, like a guy that you're probably interested in. Like, if I like you, James, and you're like, I don't like that dress, maybe, and you, like, I would be open to hearing you out because you're somebody I'm interested in.
Yo, I gotta give her applause because she, when she was on the show, she wasn't giving it up this nicely. Now she's saying some real stuff.
Yeah.
Salute. It makes sense because listen, that also involves exclusivity.
Yes.
If somebody is like, look, I ain't changing my hat for nobody.
Okay.
Except for Juju. Or except for my, special.
Yeah.
Then it would make more sense.
Yeah,
You can't be so rigid. You like, yo, I ain't bending, I ain't changing nothing.
Doesn't work.
You know what I mean? It don't work like that, man. You gotta have some flexibility in relationships. So I like that.
Absolutely. I mean, people when my episode dropped, people were girls were in my inbox and like specifically saying, I don't like your posture or you need to sit up straight or whatever. And I take that. I'm reading it. My feelings are not getting hurt. I'm like, you know what? When I go back on the show, I'm gonna sit up straight. So I mean, I don't think every
No, see, I wish everyone could just be like that. What's wrong with making adjustments to be better? Doesn't you can still be
What
who
is
you
wrong
are.
with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But people be like, yo, I ain't changing for nobody's perfect.
Nope.
And happiness is progress. So if you say you ain't changing, that's already letting it be known you got a level of rigidness that's going to interfere with your happiness. I'm serious. Let's get it.
situation has to be responded to with anger or he's hating on me or he's being sassy or whatever the case may be. Some people you need to actually take their opinion
When
into
it
consideration.
when it comes to wigs, I think that there is wigs and then there's wigs. So when you date a high value man who knows the quality of wigs, you're not gonna wear a cheap wig because I can tell that this wig is a cheap wig. If you get it from China, from Temu, from Alibaba, AliExpress, that's a cheap wig. If you spend a couple of $100s on your wig, it is gonna be a decent wig, and we can tell the texture, we can tell the quality. If you're laying on my chest, I don't want it to feel like a grass brushing on my chest. It gotta be soft, it gotta be pliable, it gotta be high quality. It's what it is.
All right, so to go ahead and move on to our next topic.
Let us know.
No, you know what? He need a thunderous applause. That might be the only one he gets too. That might be the only one he gets. He don't want no grass on his chest, man.
So James, on your episode, some of the ladies' deal breakers was the fact that you're like so soft spoken. So let's check out, what some of them had to say about that.
Originally, it was because you were so soft-spoken and like you're so sweet. I'm a native New Yorker, and we're very loud, so I want to make sure that you're very, you feel equate.
After hearing your voice for a while, the kind of like she mentioned, the soft-spokenness just wasn't attractive to me.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that. As far as like you want someone to speak louder or speak deep, voice be deeper, or
I don't even know how I would describe it. I was almost
because it could be changed.
Change up no matter what. So.
Okay, so James, has that ever came up in the past, like your dating life, like you being soft-spoken? Has that ever been something that people commented on?
I mean, I definitely heard it before, not in terms of dating, but just in general life, like you're soft-spoken. But I mean, since this episode has dropped, I've gotten literally thousands of their DMs. So I mean, people obviously like this soft-spokenness. I think it's as far as special type, of individual. Everybody may not be attracted to it, but definitely it's an attractiveness towards certain people.
Okay. And then when you were about to walk off on the stage there, you told Waverly, "Hey Waverly, if you don't find a match by the end of this episode, hit me back up." Once you got a chance to watch the episode or whatever you may have seen, do you still feel that way? You still trying to hit her up?
It's funny you mentioned that because I feel like, when you're walking out on that stage, you don't know what happened before you walked out.
Right, you don't.
You don't know what was said. You don't know, what a person's deal breakers were before you walked out. So I don't know. I was attracted to Waverly when I actually when I actually stepped out onto the stage. What she was wearing and she just looked very attractive to me. Somebody that I would like to get to know outside the show. After watching the full episode, I did see like. I think we all kind of saw some things. I was like,
you saw something.
You saw it.
Maybe she's a little bit too holy.
Here we go.
Even for me, and I go to church and stuff as well. But I think there's a certain thing is maybe like too holy. Like I think it was a guy that she popped on because he didn't read his Bible every morning.
Yeah.
Or there was a guy that she popped on because he was a little bit hesitant about practicing celibacy, and I don't know. One guy didn't have a perfect hairline. I don't know. It was just a lot. It was a lot going on in the episode. So, I think we'd be better off as just kind of friends.
Okay, understandable. And then just to kind of take it back to the whole soft-spokenness thing, is that a deal breaker for any of you ladies on here? A man being soft-spoken?
I like a man who can command the room, and I feel like as a boisterous woman, maybe just different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
But I'm boisterous. I'm loud. I take up space, so I want my man to do the same thing.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a bad thing, but I feel like I would overtalk you and like run over you in that way.
Okay.
I think something important to highlight too is the hypocrisy of the internet, because everyone gave Waverly and the other girls a very hard time for what they said about James, and Uche, this gorgeous girl back here, walked out. Her voice had a little bass in it. And everybody popped, and the internet thought that was okay because her voice was deep. Uche, talk about it, girl.
No, we gonna come back to Uche. Don't worry. I think Jordan had a comment to say. Go ahead, Jordan.
I like a soft-spoken man because I feel like I'm loud. So like, if my man talking to me, he all quiet and stuff. I'm like, you so sweet, and then we gonna like feed off each other energy. So like,
mellow each other out.
Yeah, we gonna mellow each other out. So like, I like that.
Also, I just want to say that, it's situational. I didn't feel like coming onto a stage with a group of women, 6-7 women, that I need to come out, hey, how y'all doing? My name is Jen. I'm just talking to you.
Right.
I'm just literally involved and just getting to know you, having a simple conversation with you. Just kind of just getting to know you on a personal level. So I feel like I do know how to raise my voice. I do know how to be, Elisa said, take control of the room. I know how to do all of that, but I don't feel like you have to be like that 24/7.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And then Dr. Dust, you had a comment as well?
I was gonna say something to my brother James. I watched your episode. I was proud of you. You are a man, and you have a way that you carry yourself, and that's who you are. I don't want you to change that for anyone else. Whether it's for a lady or for a man, do not change who you are, brother. You speak the way you speak, you carry yourself the way you carry it, and there's gonna be a lady that enjoys and likes the way you speak. And do not change that for anyone else. Not for a partner that does not value you. Keep it up, keep who you are, and let's move on.
Okay,
you got it.
Yeah,
all right. I see what you're doing, Desmond. You're trying to redeem yourself.
Desmond's like, I'm going to be even holier than the holy people in here. I see
but
what you're doing.
He is bringing very valid points, right?
Yeah. Common sense is just that, man. It doesn't matter who's saying it. We just got to acknowledge it when it's, you don't want to change who you are. Like, he kept talking about adding bass and this and that.
You don't need
Everyone has a default setting.
There you go.
They have a default voice, a default way of thinking. You ain't got to do all that, man. I get what he was trying to say. But Des is right on this. Just be yourself in that instance, right? If you got to be like raising your pitch and all that, then you doing something that ain't natural. That's all. Yeah. But yeah, man, salute to him.
I also just want to say that, when I changed my voice, I saw a lot of comments saying, "Oh, why would you do that? Why, That was just purely a joke, right? I literally would never change my voice for anyone. I would never deepen my voice in any situation, just to attract someone.
Thank you. I'm glad he said that right after what we said.
Let's go ahead and play our next clip of one of the most talked about women from this season. Wonder who that is.
Chris, 28, and I ain't gonna lie, your voice deeper than mine. So I can't even do it.
Yeah, you said it all.
I was expecting that. I'm not even gonna lie. Really? Yeah. Y'all can handle it. It's
you
okay.
Get that about your voice?
I get that a lot. Some like it and some don't. It's part of me. So if y'all can't handle it, then you can't handle me. Yeah, that's okay.
It's true.
So Uche, I know you said on there it's happened to you before in the past. People have mentioned, your voice, all of that. But is that the reaction you were expecting when you came out there?
Okay, to be honest, before coming on the show, I spoke to like a couple of close friends of mine. They were like, I know I'm not worried about my appearance. Like, I'm confident in that. I know I look good. But I definitely knew like my voice was gonna be a factor, So coming on there, I didn't expect the sudden pop from everybody. When it happened, I was like, is there something on my face? Like,
She was like, did I step on something? Why they letting off so quickly, man? Nah, but I actually do love her voice.
Yeah,
I really
we
do.
said that.
I wish she could sing or something like an old jazz blues singer. She would. No, you can do something with a unique voice like that. So it's beautiful, especially when the woman has that grit. Yeah, she could do something with that, man. I ain't even mad at it.
I was like, wait, okay, it's definitely my voice. But yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
It was definitely a shock.
I see. Okay. So how has it been for you now since, the show has aired?
Very overwhelming.
Okay.
A lot of attention.
Okay.
A lot of comments, some interesting, some actually very sweet, I had a lot of people in my DMs just telling me about my voice. They love it. Some people inviting me to have podcasts or sing or whatever. Yeah. So,
you should
and then I
sing,
saw some
man.
interesting comments that I was like, y'all are mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
But no, none of it really affected me. It was actually more entertaining.
It was.
Than actually disturbing. But
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. And then Chris, on that clip we saw you said, "Yeah, I can't handle it." What did you mean when you were
He
speaking
was
of
being
that?
mean. He knows it.
Just like you said, some people can't handle it, some people can't. I can't. Like I said, ways deeper than mine. I can't do it.
Okay.
And it's nothing against her. That she's beautiful. She looked good. But it was just the voice. That's the only thing that I was just like, hold on, what?
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is it? Just
man.
a little bit deeper. But she still sounds like well, to me, I don't know what.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I saw some of the comments that you probably talking about, and I was like, nah, don't do that. We're not gonna play that. Like, this is definitely a woman.
Yes.
Like, that was never a thought in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, this is a man. No, it was never a thought in my mind.
Yeah.
I knew that was a woman.
I saw it on the comments was everywhere. We seen it. We seen it.
Like, I don't. I have nothing to say.
I'm good over
Right,
here.
No, honestly, because my question. I'm just confused. Like, in the sense of like, okay, I feel like for the other men, and they're not here to like defend themselves or whatever, but like for him, he could say he couldn't handle it, and that's fine. But for the other guys that were on my episode, I'm like, y'all didn't even like ask me any questions, like, like what do I do for fun or whatever.
Hey yo, ETM fam, I gotta talk to y'all. What do y'all think, fellas especially?
Yeah.
Just leave a comment. Be honest, man. I ain't gonna lead you in any direction.
Okay.
Just based
Fair
off everything, like her whole package, and with that voice. Is it a yay or nay? What we doing? Let me know in the comments. I'm just interested in knowing. But anyway, salute to her for having that attitude.
She has an amazing attitude
Because
about it. Yeah.
it's the internet. You could literally save a baby, they're gonna roast your shoes. There's
Ooh, yeah,
negativity
it's crazy.
everywhere. Come on, it's the internet, so I love that attitude.
None of that. It was just, your voice out. Like, and to me, it doesn't even sound that deep. I mean, to each their own, right? To each their own. It's like, okay. But yeah.
Okay. So for the men on the stage, what do you guys think of Uche's voice?
Interesting. I want to hear this.
Honestly, for Uche,
so
when I
bad.
watched that episode, if I was on that episode, I would have popped my balloon. But talking to Uche is a sweet lady. The voice is not as deep. We can compare this voice. I don't know if it's the microphone or is there something going on, but Uche doesn't sound the way in real life. She doesn't sound the way she sounded on that episode. The voice is...
You know what I think it was? When she walked out on her episode, she was just warming up her vocals. Like, no, I
She was
said
like,
this.
Nah, I'm just joking.
Not.
You know I could
Cookie
joke.
Monster.
I always get roasted,
Warming
for
up his
sounding like so.
vocals.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially like my morning voice, man. Listen, you would think. Whew. So I'm not saying she just woke up right before she walked out.
Right. You
But
helping her or you hurting her?
No,
What we
I'm
doing?
trying
You trying to help her?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
But she just had to warm up. Maybe she was like quiet for like a whole hour, and then she's starting to speak. So that's it.
Right. And look, the best
to me,
thing
it's
about
not
her is that it just rolls
not
off
that.
of her. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't affect her at all. I just love that because for some it's very like it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? For some people, because they really are fighting against it.
Yeah.
You could tell she embraced it.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ain't even mad. I love it.
It's not that deep.
Cap.
She's a sweet person.
Who's in
Cap.
But look.
It's deep.
Oh, it's
Go
Chris.
ahead, Mozzie. Go ahead.
Nah, it's deep. I mean, what you want me to do?
It's deep, period. Like it's deep. It's like Arlette said, it's deep, but I sound feminine.
Yeah,
like,
you still sound like a
what I
woman,
mean?
definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
like,
is it
it's
like a
strong.
cultural
It's real
thing?
strong.
Come again?
It's real strong.
Do you smoke?
I do not. I do not.
Yo, stop that. You see what they doing? They
the
just trying to roast you.
men just keep quiet.
They being naughty, y'all.
In
Y'all
this
know
moment.
they being naughty. They ain't even trying to be objective in any
But
of
you
that.
know what they put up this? These are their
They gonna ask her if she lift weights next. Like, come on, leave her
these are
alone,
their
man.
ignorant thoughts.
That's
and
all
I don't
it is.
even
That's
I
all
don't
it
even
is.
want to. That I'm not trying to say it in a very like mean way, but no,
Mhm.
seriously, they're ignorant. They
That's
really
it.
are trying to understand why is it really natural? Is it due to smoking? Do you
right?
you know?
'Cause, yeah, you're right. Because for some, that's the
Yeah.
only time they hear a woman with a raspy voice.
Exactly.
Is if she's a heavy smoker or some other issue that's connected to
There
it.
you go.
So yeah, I see. It's just ignorance, man.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
it.
Okay, well, I agree with Des Factors over there. I feel like when you came on the show, I felt like it was an extremely deep voice. But
Extremely is
I
crazy.
talked to you today.
Extremely is crazy.
Well, it was deep.
For
but
them,
when I
for
talked
them.
to you today, just like Dr. Des, I feel like it's not as deep in person. And I feel like I agree with Arlette, it is a feminine voice. It's deeper, like maybe like Jasmine Sullivan or Toni Braxton, but it's still a feminine voice.
Okay.
It's not something I think you need to pop of a balloon over, but
I mean, you can't even say that though, because it's the first reaction that you get. Somebody walking out, like, okay, she look decent, and then she talk, and they're like, oh no, hell no. Like that's just the first reaction. Like
Honestly, I sat down to think about it. I was like, okay, if the roles were reversed, like I'm on the lineup and a man walks out and he has a really high pitched voice, I'll be a little hesitant,
Okay.
All right, she keeping it honest.
So
And that
I
has
kind of understood
happened, though.
that point of view, which is why I wasn't offended at all. Like I was
you
not.
took it very well.
Yeah, I was not upset. I expected it coming, so I wasn't upset. I got that point of view.
Okay, let's hear from Jordan.
I'm all the way off topic, but I just wanted to ask this question. They calling you Dr. Des. You a doctor? You a real doctor?
What does doctor mean to
Are
you?
you a real doctor? Like, are
Yeah, I have a doctorate degree.
you? Okay, I just wanted to know why they were calling you that. I'm like, why are they keep
That's my
calling you
name.
Dr. Des?
It is my name and my title.
He earned that.
My
Don't
name
worry.
is Des.
Don't worry, we'll get back.
We'll get there.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him. We'll get to him.
I want to say something about this beautiful lady right here.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Des.
Slow down.
They on to him.
She's a female.
Yeah.
Not only a female, a feminine female, born female.
Yeah, bro,
So-
you know that.
We got it.
Yeah, she is, believe it or not, Uche, you did not get the respect that you deserve on your lineup when you work on that show. Wow. I want to tell you that you deserve to at least have a chance to express yourself when you walk in there.
I agree.
Yeah, so on behalf of the man, I want to apologize on behalf of the man that popped their balloon for not giving you
Don't
a chance.
apologize to me, gang. Don't apologize to me.
I'm waiting for them to speak.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. The ladies of episode 35 were harshly criticized in the comments. Let's take a look at some of their moments.
And I don't like joggers.
I end up popping my balloon because I'm just not like sexually attracted.
You're handsome. I just don't think that you're I don't think we would align.
I end up popping my balloon because I have a thing with like light skin.
I feel like you could have just did more on the outfit. Like, it's just like straightforward.
You're a handsome man. You're well put together. Your head is on straight. But I just don't think that we would connect if we were to go further.
Okay.
Just a nose ring. I don't like nose ring on men.
For sure.
It was just more so for me. It was kind of like the accessories, and then it was the ball head on top of it.
For
I was
sure.
just like, it was just too much.
You are a very handsome man. You're not
Thank you.
ugly at all. I would say I pop my balloon because just the way you speak.
And then all the like cuts and all that. No,
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like this big one. Nah.
What the?
That big.
That big.
That big.
All right, so ladies, the comments on your episode, you know, they called you guys picky, immature, childish, confused, all of that stuff. Like, how do you guys feel about what people were saying?
I mean, for me, it's like, right, I'm dating to marry.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something that I'm not like physically attracted to, or I'm not connecting to like intellectually, you know, I'm not intellect, but I'm just saying, like, if there's something like that, like, I'm going to pop because I don't want that to be an issue right off the bat. Okay. You know, if we're already starting off like that. So, I mean, people can call it picky, people can call it, you know, being choosy. And I'm choosing someone I want to be with for the rest of my life. I came on the show for love. So I wanted to make sure I was intentional with who I chose.
Yeah. Okay. What's wrong with that, y'all?
I agree with her. Like, if we out in the real world, the first thing I look at is your physical appearance. So like I came onto this show doing the same thing I do out, you know, in the real world. Like if I'm not physically attracted to you, then I'm a pop, you know? And then like, say I am physically attracted to somebody. Once we get past that and I know I'm physically attracted to you, then I'll go like deeper. Okay, now I want to figure out how you are emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And I want to know you like in and out. But if initially I'm not physically attracted, we ain't getting nowhere.
Okay.
Yo, not a single lie was told. And fellas, you really have to take that into account. You know, a lot of guys get mad and say, you got to look past, you still got to meet their attraction test. You got to meet the requirements, I should say. Okay. And so they're honest, man. It may sound superficial, but literally everybody does that. Meaning it comes before the first impression.
The physical attraction.
Yup, it comes even before. Because if they don't pass that, you don't even care what they saying at that point. So I don't care. So she keep it honest.
I feel like it was a lot of judgment, a lot of initial judgment based off of like us popping. So like they expected us to, I know like a lot of people like want us to match, but we had a handful of guys and you know, they might have not been our type or there was something that we didn't like about them. So we popped and like people like gave us backlash just for popping for whatever reason, like we said, but it's like, you know, we may not just like that thing about that person. Like, it's a handful of guys. Maybe we like it about maybe we might like something about somebody else, but it's like, I just feel like we got a lot of backlash, like initial backlash off of us popping. Like a lot of people said we were hopping on a bandwagon because somebody might have popped and I might have popped right after that person. And they were like, oh, you're following that person. But it's like, that's not what it is. I'm just not going to match with someone if I'm not interested in them. So it's like, I popped. They want us to match with somebody that we're not interested in. It was just like wrong timing.
It's rough. It's rough.
Okay. So I'm gonna, now that I'm here, I'm just gonna say this. I understand that coming on this show, you just go based off of like physical appearance, what you're seeing. I'm just gonna say, to me personally, and this is not to come for any of y'all here, but I just feel like popping on someone for like what they are wearing is so crazy to me. And I say it's crazy because they can like change what they're wearing. I mean, granted, what they put on to come initially might have been terrible, but there's more to that person. Like, you know? So I'm not trying to come for y'all, but like, if there were other things that they said that you were like, I'm feeling this, but your pants are too tight and you're popping because their pants are too tight, they're not always gonna have tight pants on. So it gets me like thinking like, are y'all like here because you're interested in actually finding love or you just nitpicking?
But I mean,
all right, so basically,
she's more in line with me, and you know, you guys know, I've always been saying that. Like, come on, really?
Yeah.
Like,
and they guilty of it too. That's why they was like kind of squirming, especially her. And she
of
about
course,
to say
she's
something.
itching to talk.
But it's one thing to pop on the physical, meaning you're just not attracted to that look, that style.
Physically.
But the pants, the socks, we've heard of that.
All of these.
So that's what she's calling
adjustable
out.
things.
And so we're going to see how they're going to respond to that.
I agree.
Because you're interested in actually finding love or you're just nitpicking.
But I mean,
I disagree too.
I disagree.
I feel like if you decide to put on a whack fit to come in,
Let's hear from Ozzy VS. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I feel like if you decide to put on a whack fit for national TV, you're gonna put on a whack fit when we just going anywhere.
Yes.
Like so, yeah, dressing really means something, you know. Yeah.
And it's an initial it's an initial attraction. When I first see my man, I'm trying to be like, oh, he looks so sexy, he looks so fine. And so many people said that about me as well. Like, he could change his outfit. I'm not his stylist. This is my first impression of this man. I want to look at him and be like, damn, zaddy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So there's a disconnect happening here. What she was saying is very circumstantial, because she was saying when you hear this person speak, you like what they're saying. In other words, you're already kind of getting some depth, from this person.
Exactly.
So this ain't a mere fit test. This ain't just
and the person's mute.
Right. This ain't one of them games, because we see them games. They all over the place, picking a partner based on the fit. This ain't that. Yeah. So when they are giving you substance, why would you still revert to the socks is ugly though? You see what I'm saying? And they missing that. They just no, I disagree, because what if you are seeing that you are attracted to them physically? They are, connecting with you. They are making sense. They have faith. Mentally, they have whatever it is that you want.
Yep.
They don't get that part.
That's the part, and this is where you know what? It is true. There are people who will go purely off of just the physical, and it's just more than the actual physical attributes of a person. Yeah. But what they're wearing, how it's fitting them, how it's cuffing their ankles, and to me, you're not gonna find much there. You're not if you're leading in this way, right? A lot of times what's below that is really not that much. A lot of times. Am I right or wrong? Right? So, yes, by all means, you have the right to choose someone who just looks dapper from head to toe, right? And they're stunting. And they're just not stunting for you. They're stunting for all the ladies in the room.
Right.
Think about that. Who this man clearly is trying to attract, people who would like his, everything on him, right? So, look.
Yeah, see, you trying to...
You kind of go around the circle and over and over, and if that's what you're attracted to, you're going to find a lot of these dudes, or, if the table is flipped, women, right, who just really lead with their appearance. But you're going to keep circling that. You know what I mean?
That's what I said it, man. You trying to speak substance.
Oh my! You gotta learn to step out.
Well, that's
of your comfort.
Right, and that's the issue with what they're saying. They're not getting that. That substance is what really matters.
Oh man, this is frustrating. Yeah.
I want to look and be like, he looks so good, and I know looks aren't everything, but like we're saying, and it's initial attraction when we're coming on the show. I want to know that you put it on.
Okay.
If I'm really sitting here trying to match with somebody, I gotta feel you on all aspects, and I was feeling one, but other than that, it wasn't there.
And I don't know if y'all heard this old saying, believe somebody when they show you who they are the first time. If you show me you can't get right the first time, I'm gonna believe that's just you. Because I'm not gonna just tell you what to dress, because especially from a man's perspective, women, they don't like being told what to put on, how to wear, what to dress. So I'm not finna get into that with you. If you can't dress, you can't dress. And I ain't finna be the one to come save you.
Facts.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
I feel like we all should be open to.
This is painful.
No, you might want to save it for the end.
Okay, let me save it for the end. Yeah. I'll save it for the end.
Someone who's probably not our exact type. Right? Because all of us here have a type, right? All of our exes are probably our type. Yet look where we are.
Okay. A man with sense.
Right, well, let's go ahead and move on to our next
Keep it moving.
So, in this next clip, it's of a contestant who claims that he is a high-value man. Let's take a look at this person. Your name and age?
Desmond. My friends call me Dr. Des. Founder, CEO of Platinum Care Health Solutions, 37 years old.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I do have some criterias. As a high-value man, I value the simple ABCs. I call them the Des factor. The A is for appearance, the B is for the brains, and the C is for character. She didn't pass my appearance test.
In what way?
So with the appearance, I look at the front, the back. She got the front. I cannot appreciate the back for now, and I also feel the aroma. The aroma is not there. So appearance test, 1/3.
Okay.
There's certain specifications I'm looking for. The thickness has to be at a specific location. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
all right, Dr. Des.
Des.
So, how's the Des factor going for you since the show? How's the hunting going?
The hunting is going. The Des factor is working, and everybody has a Des factor. Everybody has a preference. Everybody has a criteria.
Okay.
I, for one, happen to believe that women are supposed to be feminine. By feminine, I mean there are certain features that you were blessed by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. I look at the front, like I said on the video, and I look at the back. That's physical appearance. I know I talked about the ABCs. The A is for appearance, the B is for the brains, and C is for character. Okay. If you pass the appearance test, we will talk about the brains, which is the intellect. Education, formal and informal. And character, that's a classified criteria that we have to talk one-on-one for me to ascertain what the character is. So, the Des factor is working. I haven't found the one yet, but I am working on it.
It's working.
Okay. So to open it up to everyone, what did you guys think of Dr. Des's appearance on the show?
Ooh. I will say this. I love that you got a lineup. I think the hair is an improvement and it looks excellent. I did not like the hair on the show, but it looks way better now. No, I mean that in such a positive way. I mean, that wasn't a backhanded compliment. I like the way that you improved the hair, the appearance. You got the A, baby.
And when I say appearance, I don't mean just like physical appearance.
Yeah.
I mean just him overall on the show, how he behaved, the things he said.
I mean, I get what you're saying. That's for everybody, for real. Like appearance, brains, character. Like that goes on. Like that's unspoken. Like what's understood don't need to be said.
Exactly.
But I feel like it's the way you said it.
That's it.
And the way like you carried yourself when you said it. It's like what the girls be saying is giving. You think that you better than everybody.
It gave sassy. I think it gave sassy because the reason why I say it gave sassy because you could have said those things, but I think like the Des factor, like how you're characterizing it, it just seems like it's a little like 1, 2, 3, and it's like, why can't you just explain what you're saying?
It is 1, 2, 3 because 1, 2, 3 is easy as ABCs. We have to break things down. We're in the United States of America, right?
Yes.
We have to deconstruct a lot of things that have been constructed. People come to this country, we don't know where people are coming from. I'm an African first. And when I share what I'm looking for in a partner, that is my preference. Mm-hmm. Women come on this show every time. They'll say they want a 6-foot tall guy making 6 figures with 6 inches. Nobody judged them for that. When I come in here and I talk about the Des factor,
6 inches, that's it.
That is the bare minimum. It is the bare minimum. That's what it's saying. Nobody brings them heat, you know? But when a guy have the guts to say what they want in a lady, it becomes a problem. Why is that? Men has to stand up. Men have to speak their mind. Men have to be men. We have to be able to express ourselves, our true self, and honestly.
But maybe the oversimplifying comes across as a little like talking down. And like you said, you're maybe just trying to explain it to everybody, but maybe it's not coming across correctly. Right. Because it is coming across a little like
the delivery.
All right.
Yo, Dr. Des, listen, if he ever come across this, I'm going to make it very clear and simple, man. It's very condescending. That's the energy.
That's condescending, yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? You talking to somebody, you sitting there like with a whole scroll and checklist, like, yo, you met this, you barely made that. Why would, you know what I mean? Who wants to endure that? Who wants to take that on?
No, that's
it.
Literally
you have to be aware of that. Maybe it's a little modesty, a little humility. Whatever it is that you're not seeing, that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, because if you could get past that and connect with people, you could be whatever. You could be super wealthy or whatever. He's just not connecting with
exactly.
people,
and I remember when we were doing his episode, I was like, who like leads that way? Like actually says it. Like, you know, you pop, you say, you know what, I'm not physically attracted to you. You don't have to like say, you know what, I have a and you didn't meet. You know, it's like, come on.
Because it's going to repel a lot of potential. And that's probably why you're still single.
He is still single.
I'm telling you, bro, people who watch this, they're going to be like, ugh, because they're already seeing the energy you give.
It's a cringe.
Right. It's a little too much, man. So that's it. If you could tone that down, Don't be condescending. Work on humility, man, and work on having a little bit more compassion. Changes how you approach people.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap up this segment then. You want to say one last comment from Uche, and then we'll go ahead and move on.
I was just saying personally, I didn't see anything wrong with his choice of like elimination. I didn't say anything wrong. Like you guys said, his delivery could have been better. Yeah, I agree, but his criterias, I believe, are standard. Yeah, you know, but it's just my little 2 cents.
In other words, he made a bigger deal of it than
all right, so let's take a look at Shalane's journey on episode 37.
You said that you want somebody that values a relationship with God and that like goes to church. I'm not religious. I don't go to church. I grew up religious, but I don't practice a religion right now. I will say that one of my downfalls is that I don't really cook.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I kind of like low maintenance meals. So like the eggs, the salmon, the salads, the fruits.
Just on rotation.
Things that are not like super hard to cook. I'm not the best cook. I hate cooking. It hates me. Whatever.
Hate it.
Yo, she's a Caribbean woman that hates cooking, and she's an atheist. Girl, like, what are you doing?
You know
with
people are gonna
your
be
life,
mad at
yo?
you for stereotyping her.
No, man, I'm just look. Every guy that hears this, right? That's what they're gonna be hearing, and she knows that. She's self-aware.
She
so
is
I don't think any of this is news to her.
No,
it's just
not.
understand your battles.
Yeah,
because you know you're coming from an arena that's the complete opposite of what you are. But then, in a sense, you're kind of going back in it. You know, it's not like it's hard to explain. But girl,
no, I got it. Yeah.
Really, you hate cooking?
But look, she knows how to cook a few things.
Eggs.
You know, she can always expand your recipe book. So,
all right, man. Let me leave it alone, y'all. But like, leave a comment though. It's.
It hates me back, so we're even.
Oh.
He's scratching his neck.
So, Shalane, as we saw on your episode, anytime, God or relationship with God, anything like that was brought up, like you would pop immediately. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I think first off, my biggest issue is that I never said I don't believe in God. I think the minute I said I'm not religious, people equated that with like, oh, she doesn't believe in God and she's like a devil worshiper, which is not the case. Like I said, I grew up religious. I question a lot of things pertaining to Christianity and the Black community, like the genesis of how it was introduced to us. We learned about Christianity from like our enslavers,
actually,
or colonizers. So initially, I already have a problem with that. But it's not that I don't believe in God. I'm agnostic. I don't have proof that God exists. I don't have proof that He doesn't. I just exist, and I'm just like whatever. I'm not against people believing in God or having whatever religion they want. But when you say you're a Christian, from the doctrine that I know, I'm thinking, okay, you don't want to be unequally yoked with anybody, so that's why I eliminate myself. I would date a Christian as long as you're not imposing your beliefs on me. I believe everybody's journey is different, and everybody should have that free will to seek out whatever spiritual path that they want, you know? But for me, organized religion is just not it. That's just not for me.
I like that she said that, though, because I feel like
yeah, you know what? All right, given the explanation that she gave,
right now,
I will agree with her popping on people who have faith.
Because they led with that.
Yeah. So that's good. You know, and also she said that she doesn't have an issue dating a Christian. But we know most Christians would never date it. And I know I said atheist earlier, but she clarified it and say she's agnostic, right?
Agnostic, yeah.
She doesn't have proof that God exists.
Or does. Yeah.
So as a result, she still kind of doesn't believe. It's like, you got to prove he exists. So it's just that she also wants to be in the middle to be like, I ain't saying he doesn't. I'm just saying. You know? So, but either way, though, that's what I meant earlier. Those are just challenges. That I'm not casting judgment on people who have those beliefs or non-beliefs. You just got to understand the arena that you're in.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's it. Like, and she said it. Like, look, most people don't want to be unevenly yoked.
Yeah.
That is as simple as that.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So I respect her. She might even need to find other agnostics, because when it comes to dating somebody, you're going to be meshing lives and bringing things together, and that's a serious aspect. You know what I mean? That's all.
And there are those very rare occasions where you would meet someone who's like agnostic with someone who's like a hard believer, right?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it works, but that is the exception. That is not the rule.
And even with that exception, there's still some connections that just won't be made.
Yeah.
Even when you have
too.
right. I mean, seriously, you're gonna have somebody praying by themselves and you just don't even care. You making fun of them.
But they compromise in their own way, and you know they're together. But again,
you're gonna
that
miss
is the
some
exception.
connections.
That's the exception.
Right. You can make it work. It just won't be as deep as being evenly yoked. And that's just a common sense thing, you know? Somebody's praying and the other person making fun of them like, oh, you praying to, you know, magic guy in the sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your beliefs will absolutely impact everything about your dating life.
That's true.
I feel like a lot of people get on the show and they're like, oh yeah, I believe in God, and oh yeah, and then they find out like afterwards that they're not really going to church, they're not really, you know, like into God as that they said. So I like how that she was real about like, hey, this is how like I am as a person, and if you're really super religious and I'm not, we probably won't work out. So I just like that she was like honest, because I feel like there's some people that come out there that's like, oh, I'm super religious, and then they're like, are you? And that might be my deal breaker, and they're like, oh, I just don't want to say like I'm not, and then not match. So I just really commend her for being honest and being true to herself.
Being religious and saying you're a Christian is the norm within the Black community, so it would be easy for me to come out and pretend to be something I'm not, but I'm not in the business of like deceiving people. I'm honest. I'm very much like what you see is what you get.
It was at least 3 guys though that from our episode that you popped on, or I think they popped on you, where it was all about religion. So I just kind of want to know, how does that affect your dating life? You know, when you say up front, I don't do this, I don't worship, I don't go to church, and how do guys in real life respond to that?
So the way I've approached dating is that I date outside of my race a lot.
Good God.
I date outside of my race a lot.
Problem number 1.
What you mean problem number 1? How's that a problem? No, because I feel like Black... I feel... Okay.
It's a safe space.
Is it though, girl?
No, we listen.
I feel like Black people are very boxed in. Like the norm within Black societies, anybody within the Black diaspora, Caribbean, African American, like you're Christian, that's how you were raised, and it's this big deal. Like I date outside of my race a lot where religion doesn't even come up. It's not even a thing. It's not even brought up, you know?
How's that working out for you though?
All right, nah, we ain't gonna say that and not have any interactions about that at all, but y'all really need to chime in around this part right here. We really, really interested in knowing what y'all think about what she said. I will say this though, you know, and this is a direct response to what she just said, right?
Yeah.
It might have just been circumstantial. It might have been the way I am, mixed up with a whole bunch of other things, right? But everything that I am, everything that I stand on, right, and believe, I've been able to try and test it beyond the point of knowing what it is and still believing it. Like I've read, I'm not going to say the names, but let's just say I read all the holy books, you know, Quran, the Torah, all of that. So what she's saying does hold a lot of merit. Some people simply do what they always knew to do without deep diving, without checking and verifying.
That is true.
So, you know, I can't be mad at her, though.
Yeah.
I just want to put it out there. They're like, if we joke or we say certain things, man, look, do your due diligence. That's all.
Due diligence.
Don't ever be a blind follower. That's the key.
Yeah.
So she's calling out some things that do need to be called out. People say, I believe it. What you believe in, though? Oh, Christ is God. Wait, he's the Son. He's
or like,
they don't know what they believe in.
Yeah, right. No, you're right.
Anyway, man, look, we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes because this is a super long reunion, right? So we're going to cut it in 2 parts.
Yes.
So we're going to, let it roll out for the next 5 minutes or so. And then we're going to do the second half. And y'all going to get both of them. So here we go.
How is it work?
Dr. Daz?
Sir, we are on the same show. She's
like, we're on the same show. We're talking about
because you over here because I'm over here with him ABCs and you're still single.
There's a difference between me and you.
Let me hear the difference.
What's the difference? The difference is clear.
Oh, go ahead.
When it comes to options, I have a plethora.
You don't think I have a plethora of options?
There is a plethora.
Bloody hell, this man, yo. Look at me. You think I don't have options?
No, I'm talking for myself. Okay. There's a plethora. This is the thing when it comes to religiosity, okay? I talked about the death factor with ABCs. You have a death factor, but you don't accept it. Your death factor, one of your criteria is a religiosity, okay?
It is not, though.
No, it's not. I will date someone who's Christian. What I'm saying is, if you are a Christian, you're following the principles of the Bible, you're abiding by the doctrine that you study, then you don't want to be unequally yoked, right? And as someone who's not a Christian, you shouldn't be with me then if you're a sturdy Christian, strong in your faith, walking the straight and narrow path. So I take myself from it because I'm like, oh, you're Christian. You don't want nothing to do with me based on your own doctrine. I will date a Christian though. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you can date a Christian as long as they don't try to.
Don't impose your beliefs on me. Everybody's path is their own.
But here's the
I
thing,
don't
though.
see life through the lens of Christianity. I see it through the lens of humanity.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Here's the thing.
That's a bar.
Why would you pop? If you say you would date a Christian, when somebody mentioned the fact that they are God-fearing or they are Christian, why would you pop on that
Because
mention?
I was making an assumption based on the doctrine of Christianity. You
All right, so use the right word, assumption. You got a little bit.
guys cannot be unequally
So you
yoked.
were-
But, and also, you usually pop when they say they want a woman
Of God, exactly. And that's not me.
Not
They led
because
with
they
it.
said they're Christian.
They want a woman of God.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. And then
Yeah.
also, you also mentioned cooking.
Oh, God. Okay, that is so...
That might even be worse
See,
for
like, that
most
is
guys.
so,
yeah.
I said I cook stuff. I said I make salads, fruit, and all that.
Salad, you gotta cook.
No, I'm like eating. Listen, I'm glad I can cook. And I was telling the girls earlier, my back would probably be really big. I don't want to be big backed. I'm glad I can cook. I eat a lot of salads. The body, it shows. Plenty of men can cook. Plenty of men can cook. I'll be alright.
I have to give her that though, that she was honest with it, because I think sorry, remind me your name?
Shelly?
Shelly, yeah. She said some people come on here and act like, oh, I'm Christian. No, she was brutally honest, and I love her for that. I remember watching that episode. I was like, oh, I like her. Yeah, like she's not ashamed of who she is.
Right.
I don't cook. You still want to be with me or you want to pop your balloon? I don't really care. So I like that. So
I don't
yeah.
cook. I don't clean.
So for the guys, is a woman who doesn't cook or cooks in debt, like, is that a deal breaker for you?
Over with.
Super deal.
Oh,
Absolutely over with.
She cannot
cook for me.
Are you serious?
Emphatically.
God know how to
on
cook.
some real
Can
shit,
you
though,
cook?
I was fake joking, but on some.
And
If you're not cooking for
What
what
if
are we
she's
doing?
a good cleaner? What if you
I
have
can
the
clean.
food and she takes the cars to the car wash? Like,
Look, I can't cook, but I'm not finna cook. That's your job. That ain't your job.
that's her job. Are you
Not your job.
That's whose job?
Go ahead, you got it.
You just set us back like an entire century.
No, really and
I
truly.
can't even listen to you right now. Like,
You had me and you lost me. Like,
But ladies, if we're listening, all the men, well, I didn't hear from James, but all the men said cooking is
that's
a deal
important.
breaker.
That's important.
and see, this is black.
Wait a minute.
That's
so
all
I feel
men.
like,
No, it is not.
Hold on. Let's hear from Shelly.
I feel like, okay, if you want a woman that cooks and cleans and does the traditional thing, you should be doing the traditional man thing and providing.
You better be
and doing
doing
everything on your end.
I can do that.
Hold on.
But what I feel like is a lot of men nowadays, they expect women to do all these traditional things, but they're not doing all the traditional things as a man.
Not knowing how to
And
cook
you
is
want-
crazy.
No, not
What's the traditional
but,
things as men? What is that?
like providing,
We build a
right?
shed.
Like not only providing, right, taking care of the home, fixing things of that sort, like manly things, right? Like manly duties.
So you want a man
And-
who, so you're saying if a woman has to cook, clean, all that stuff, a man should know how to do like build stuff?
Build stuff.
Wow.
Fix a car.
amazing.
100%
If you don't fix the
provide.
car, pay for the car to get fixed.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? Like, do all the things that I feel like should be taken care of by a man.
Okay.
But nowadays, men want all the things that I feel like, like the traditional woman should do: cook, clean,
Let's not say
all
men. That's
this.
just the dudes you choose to talk to.
All this. Wait a minute. And y'all don't be doing the same thing.
boy.
So that's just all I'm saying.
Alicia.
I have a question.
Okay.
All right, we
what?
we gonna end it on this note,
But
and
let's-
that was a heavy note too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the same could be said on both sides, right? Women want traditional men, but they're not behaving traditionally.
Yeah.
Men want traditional women and vice versa. So there is a lot of truth to that, though. And I actually agree that the more traditional of the person you want, the more traditional you should be. You
That
know what
is
I mean?
true.
That is true.
That is
reciprocity is the thing. You can't expect your woman to be traditional. And you out here like, modern era, you and your new boy.
That's
nah,
true.
you gotta
it's
be that
true.
provider, that
You know,
protector,
your
that
main thing is
creates
hitting
the
the clubs. Yeah.
you got to create the environment that makes it conducive for your woman to be traditional.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all like we got for now, though. I'm gonna let Juju say a few things before we wrap it up. What's on your mind, girl?
No, I agree with that. It's just I understand the whole cooking thing. First of all, I believe both men and women should know how to cook a decent amount of foods. Let's start there, right? Even if it's not a whole lot. Let's come together, and then when we're together,
at least a sandwich or two.
Right.
But what's the issue?
And then
there?
we can expand it. But I guess it's just, I don't know if it's just me or maybe I'm just interpreting this wrong.
Okay.
But it's almost like transactionary type vibes. Like, if you want this, you need to do that. Right?
Right.
That part I don't agree with. Just bring your best. If you know how to cook, clean, be industrious and all of that, great, right? Great catch. But there are a lot of relationships where both people have to work due to the economicness of the world that we live in, the society that we live in, the country that we live in. There's a lot of financial responsibility. And I'm talking about for like the average Joe, Schmo, Betsy, Nancy, right? Like we have to go out in the work field. So that being the case, I don't think that should be like, well, since I work, I shouldn't have to cook,
No, I mean,
it kind of, I don't know.
No. It is some transactionary vibes that they give, so I hear what you're saying, but that's the sad truth to that, though. It's really, I would say, it's really interwoven into the fabric of today's culture. Like a lot of the couples that are like mid 40s, 50s, and 60s, most of them that we know, they've been through a lot. They've been through highs and lows and ups and downs. They've built something together, right? Especially if they've been together for a while, you know what I mean? If they've been together for like 15, 20, 30 years and they're around that age, it seems like that generation or that era had more of that, like we gonna work together, we gonna stick together. So they have that. Where this era is like checklist, like nope, I got my own money, I got my own everything. Who are you? But the older people, they got these stories of like the reason I'm with this person. Back when I had nothing in the bank.
That does not exist.
That doesn't exist no more. It's just like, are you rich or not? Get out of here.
It's rare because there are people who are striving. We do see some younger generations who do want that. They're trying to build together from scratch, but it's different, y'all.
It's a different vibe all around, man. It's not good. Wow. You can see the results right here. A bunch of grown people. You won't know if they in their teens, 20s, 30s, or 40s because the energy always be bop, bop, bop most of the time. And they supposed to be looking for love. Man, let us know what y'all think in the comments below of the show. But hold on, though.
Yeah.
This ain't the whole reunion, so we back. Not. We only chopping in at half. We back for the second half. And if you made it to this point, leave a comment and let us know. We want to know who you are. You are super supportive. Shout outs to you, and I'll be back for more. We will have that for sure. Until then, your boy Gamma signing out with the lovely
Juju. Peace.